Speaking of living forever, you know the NBA, the Inside NBA show is ending.
Oh yeah, Barkley announced retirement.
Yes, but did you hear about what happened with TNT and the NBA?
Amazon. You
No,
talking about the Amazon? Like TNT try to match the offer, or AT&T try to match the offer, and Amazon won or some shit like that.
Amazon already offered the NBA like the money, right? But TNT had
Yeah,
a clause in their previous contract that whatever that they had the ability to match.
the match.
But the
Yeah,
thing is that when they matched, right? The NBA said, "Hey, your match is not the same. It's a match where they go over every single line. They see Amazon has like a big, ecosystem. So they're like, "Do
yeah,
you have a similar ecosystem?" And then the NBA had a deal with Amazon where they give them like I think 3 to 4 or maybe even 5 years of the money up front. So like the matching wasn't just TNT saying, "Yo, we give him 1.8 bill, we match." No, it came with a
yeah,
bunch of line items. Like, are you gonna pay the 5 years up front? Do you have a streaming service where we can collect data on the customers? Like it was that detailed. And then TNT came back and put out a statement saying that they're gonna sue the NBA. They're gonna take it to court. They said they have it under contract.
yeah.
So it's like a lot of little like I know the NBA does not want to do business with TNT. They don't want to be on regular cable. They want to be on
Cable's
streaming.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to be on
Well,
streaming.
let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Let me ask you this. With TNT, I don't think streaming is a problem because TNT is owned by AT&T. HBO Max is owned by AT&T. They can get their products in a streaming service. It won't be a problem.
No, but here's the problem, right? It's Adam Silver is following his customers. He's saying his demographic is not paying for cable. That's the issue. They don't want to
No,
be
I
a
know that. What I'm saying is like AT&T is like the parent company of all this shit, right? Of Warner Brothers, of HBO. They own HBO Max. I'm saying is like if TNT wanted, they could get it on streaming.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Peep this, right?
Yeah.
It's just not about streaming. Amazon has things lined up where they have data collection. Maybe they have a bigger ecosystem of customers. Like that's what they have to match. They have to match like, okay, we could collect data like Amazon.
Mm.
Like we all know Amazon, they're a data collection company. So they probably been collecting data for years. Now, is TNT, are they in the business of data collecting or are they an entertainment company?
Entertainment.
Yeah. So,
But the thing is, yeah,
mm-hmm.
like when I watch, I don't know, when I watch basketball, like I have a lot of TV programs I watch on Prime. For example, I don't know, I used to watch Mad Men on Prime. When the advertisements used to come on Prime, it used to come right in the middle, along with like a barcode or a link to the website to buy the same exact thing you're watching.
And that's what the NBA wants. Yeah, that's probably part of the matching deal. Hey, do you have it so you could put the barcode to our products right there on the screen? And if TNT
Yeah,
does not have it to that detail, that's not them just offering up the money is not enough. It's not
no,
enough. It's like, yo, you have to have the built-in ecosystem.
yeah,
But the NBA,
you
they
need
don't
something
they don't
like
want to be attached to cable. They don't want to be in that business anymore.
the cable's dead, dude. Like if Amazon, if like I don't know how will it work? Do you have to buy a subscription? Like I already have an Amazon Prime subscription,
Nah,
right?
then you already have it. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you're good. You can watch the league.
So I'm not bootlegging shit anymore. That's perfect.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, so here's the funny thing though. Now that, this is sort of official, but the league wants to go with streaming. So here's the new deal. Basically 7 days a week after the NFL season, the NBA will basically be like the NFL. It'll be nationalized. All the games,
Yeah,
I believe. So like they have a schedule here. Monday, the games are on Peacock. Tuesday, NBC. Wednesday, ESPN. Thursday, Amazon. Friday, ESPN and Amazon. Saturday, ESPN, Amazon again. And then Sunday, NBC and ESPN. So the NBA is going to be in full. There's going to be nationally televised games 7 days a week after the NFL season.
yeah, people are gonna buy Peacock.
Oh yeah, people definitely gonna get the Peacock. Yeah, Peacock got it. Oh, they got it twice a week. ESPN got the package, man. They got it.
Yeah,
They got it like 4 times a week. Oh
people
yeah,
are gonna buy that HBO Hulu package. I think that's the one they're gonna market the most. If you're Disney, you're gonna market like the HBO Disney and Hulu package the most.
But notice the difference, right? Now, like, okay, Peacock is pretty huge, but this whole package right here is not necessarily tied to cable. The
Yeah,
TNT, I cannot deny, the TNT thing was tied to cable. You have to have a cable service. To have TNT, you have to have cable. Like, I don't know why TNT even let the NBA even negotiate with the streaming services if they wanted it back.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because again, putting your stuff on streaming, you have access to the audience. That's what the NBA is looking for.
100%, dude. I mean, dude, everything's getting modernized. I think all sporting events are looking towards that. The UFC has done it with who does UFC have deals with? They have deals with so I know WWE has it with Netflix recently. UFC cut a deal. Didn't they cut a deal with Peacock, right? UFC.
Yeah, I think they got out of the ESPN thing. I don't know who they
Yeah,
cut it with, but you're right, they cut it with somebody else.
I think they're still on ESPN.
Yeah, but overall, like this is interesting. 'Cause I think streaming is headed towards advertising.
100%, dude. Because now, like advertisement, it's gonna be easy. Like, put a barcode, people scan it. Oh, you want the new Kia? Barcode scan, whatever. You want the Lay's potato chips? Barcode, Amazon delivers it, or
Hmm.
whatever, however it works. Or Walmart might do Walmart Plus, same day delivery will drop it to your house. You want this new Alexa, Amazon, scan it, iPhone, whatever. It's gonna be all that.
Hmm. Can you imagine in every city or every television screen, every home, the NBA and
Mm.
Amazon they could like directly target you. Like we could be
Yeah,
watching the same game and I might see a Doritos ad. You might see maybe you were looking up cars
a car ad.
or a phone.
Yeah.
You might see a phone ad. Like this is crazy the way it's setting up to be.
It's kind of geared towards everyone. People who have pets. Oh, dog food ad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's changing.
Yeah, and I think this is the type of ecosystem the NBA wanted to be in, but I don't think TNT is set up for that. They can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's a lose-lose. If the NBA, think about it, if the NBA signs an 11-year contract with TNT where they have no data collection,
They're screwed.
like you fall behind real fast. Next thing you know, the NBA gonna be looking like Major League Baseball.
You're losing viewers too, because like, dog, I haven't watched this like it's been close to 10 years where I haven't watched like an NBA game on TV. I think last time might have been like 27, 2018 NBA Finals.
Yeah, I mostly been watching it either on my Apple TV or the Amazon Fire.
If I wanted to watch a Disney show or a Disney movie, right? Disney Channel Plus. I'm paying what, 10.99, $15, like 15.99, something around that range. Or if I want to watch Game of Thrones or House of Dragons, HBO Max. If I want to watch The Boys, Amazon Prime. Like I no longer have to relegate myself to like having a big package and having like 200 different channels I won't even bother to watch.
And I think that's what the NBA got out of. They got out of the business of cable, which is a dying business. You know what I'm saying? Like they were in a dying business when you really think about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like no wonder their audience was getting less and less and less because cable's audience is getting less and less and less. So they
Yeah,
they
it's
really
traditional
wanted out
TV.
of that. But
100%, dude. I haven't been to a house that has cable, or at least people who watch cable. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's like
been a long time.
just like you, I guess cable was effective when there were no smartphones. I think smartphones might have fucked it up for them.
100%.
Yeah.
But I think late 2010s was like the death of cable.
Yeah, like once everybody got a smartphone, it was over. It was like the screen that was in your hand was way more entertaining
100%,
than
bro,
the
because you're
television
getting much
screen.
more. You're getting content. Like, bro, how long has it been since you watched ESPN? Like, really?
Yo,
How
have you ever
long?
tried watching Sports Center?
No, I haven't watched.
That
Bro,
shit
like I
is
said,
crazy. I saw that on I think YouTube. I was like, wow,
yeah,
this shit looks outdated.
dude,
Sitting
I
here
don't,
for a
dude,
whole hour to find out the score is
yeah, dude, I could just
crazy.
go on YouTube.
Like, hey, this is where it got to, and hey, if they're in a big lawsuit with the TNT, I guess it's gonna be worth it. But it seems like TNT is willing to go all out. They issued a statement
Yeah,
that they were gonna fight back.
They have to. I mean, I'm not gonna say they have to, but obviously, like for them, do you think they sold? I mean, obviously, it's gonna come out much later. Do you think they sold the idea of maybe HBO Max? Like, I'm not saying it just like I'm saying it just to like further this conversation. Do you think the idea of HBO Max was sold? Like, do you think AT&T sold the idea of like we could stream your program onto our streaming service?
I think they did, but when you look at how many users HBO Max has versus how many users Amazon or NBC have, you know what I mean? Like, I
You
think
think
that's
Peacock
what they
has
were
more
looking
users
at.
than HBO?
Say that again?
You think more people use Peacock than Max?
Of course. You know why?
Wow.
Because Peacock got the NFL.
Oh,
The
dude, how
NBA,
can I
the
forget
NBA,
about that?
that's it's some slick shit, man. Like you gotta follow the NFL. The NFL signed a
How
deal
many?
with streaming. Like,
Yeah.
like as far as streaming, NFL is like the number one on like like a few different streaming platforms. NFL is number one.
Interesting. Let me see streaming because I'm a big TV show guy, so like HBO Max is my go-to. So I was kind of interested to see
Now all you gotta do is follow the NFL, man. NFL has the largest audience on like when it was on TV on like 6 different networks. The NFL was the
yeah,
highest rated show.
the NFL always remain a highest biggest show
Yo, but
or
you
the
know,
most viewed
but you know,
show.
what's so crazy in the streaming world, it translated. It shows you how
Yeah,
dedicated that audience is. It
because
translated
it's
into
simple.
streaming.
18 weeks, you're willing to make that payment.
Yeah, like you.
Oh, 18 games, right? 18 games in however many weeks.
Yeah, man, those NFL fans, they'll sign up for that thing for the whole year, man.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, like the NFL is like the perfect product. But shout out to the NBA, man. They're smart. They knew that there was
It
already
took, it
sports
took them long
fans.
enough.
Nah,
I'm gonna be honest.
but like honestly, they already knew sports fans were on those apps, so they might as well go to those apps. It doesn't make sense. That's why it doesn't make sense to stay with TNT. Who do you have? Who's your
Nothing.
audience? Your audience is like a bunch of kind of older cable customers. That's a dying audience.
Yeah.
That's definitely a dying audience. It doesn't make sense to even do
Bro, and
business
I
with
don't
them.
think people would have cared. Like, let's be honest. Charles is like he said in his statement, like, I don't care what happens, even if they get the deal back. I look forward to retiring. Are people really watching it once Charles is gone?
Yeah, Charles is probably sick of calling these games and watching these guys make $100 million a year. Be like, I was way better than him.
Yeah. I mean, bro, people watch it for Charles Barkley, right? He's been the face. Like, he's won Emmys because of that show. So,
Yeah.
like, will people actually like care enough to watch it if he's gone? Like, I doubt it. Like, nobody gives a shit.
But you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if Amazon, Netflix, or NBC do their own inside the NBA shows.
Yeah.
Because I'm
But
not
dude,
gonna be shocked that they build content around some of their NFL programming, their NBA programming, the what do they have? Formula One racing. They're gonna
yeah,
have to start
Formula.
building programming.
They have UFC and wrestling and all that stuff. Yeah, of course. But dude, what's it called again? Do the NBA have like? I know this is more going to like. It's not really. Do they have anybody charismatic for me to watch? Like, Barkley's announced retirement. Who can really fill in that shoes of like, yo, this guy's gonna say some like funny and also like be a little bit informative, but more on the funny side for casual audiences.
No, but you know what? That's a good question. I always thought I always thought if some of these companies were innovative, they would grab content creators that already had an audience and give them
Yeah,
a show on those platforms.
yeah,
Yeah, that's if they're thinking forward, but more than likely they're gonna probably try to play the safe route. Maybe I'm not sure yet. I
because dude,
wouldn't nothing. I wouldn't put nothing past these companies. Now, if it was Apple, I would say Apple would try to make their own inside the NBA, try to make it safe. But it's not Apple, so Netflix and Amazon, hey, they might roll the dice. They may end up giving Charles Barkley, hey, we'll give you $200 million a year to do
yeah,
inside the NBA. You think he gonna say no?
dude, they're all gonna sign it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, they're all gonna sign it because it's a working formula. Why not?
Man, they would Amazon or whatever company would have to buy out their contracts with TNT.
Yeah,
It's gonna look like a It's gonna look like a, what they call it in soccer. It's gonna look like a buyout. What do they call the buyouts when they buy out a soccer
I don't
player?
watch soccer like that, bro.
Oh,
But I know what I know
there's
what
a
you mean.
term
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, like it's gonna look like they're buying a bunch of Cristiano Ronaldos and Messi's or transfers.
Yeah.
They gotta pay the transfer fee.
Yeah.
Yo, it's gonna be looking crazy. Like it's gonna say Ernie Johnson transfer fee $300 million, and then Shaq transfer fee 300 million. Like it's gonna be looking like that. Like TNT would never let them go off with the NBA and start their own show, like a similar show that they created on a different platform. They would have to buy them out for crazy amounts. Yo, but you know who could possibly get a contract? That guy at ESPN. What's his name? He gonna get paid. What's his name? Pat. What's it? Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. Yeah, Pat McAfee.
Dude, that dude's big, man. McAfee, like he's in the world of wrestling. Like the dude's like covering football. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, but there's gonna be another one of him. There's gonna be a guy, or someone that has an audience. They're gonna get a deal to cover the NBA or NFL in one of these streaming services because
Yeah.
you know what might not translate, the formulated corporate halftime show that might not translate to streaming. Someone may come in like Pat McAfee and do the halftime show, kind of do it his own way, be a little lit, and then next thing you know, that works. And streaming, and Netflix might go with that.
You know who could like really transition into that? Like, I think a Draymond Green could translate well into like a post-show kind of ordeal.
Gilbert Arenas would have been nice for it, but like put Gilbert in a more like
but he's
formal
kind of
setting.
a wild card, man.
But yeah, he's too much of a wild card, man. You're right.
But I'm not even talking like recent. I'm talking about like, historically.
Yeah, you're right. He is a wild card. But that wouldn't be a bad direction to go. But one of these NBA players, one of the guys is maybe possibly headed towards retirement. If he sets himself up nice, he could be getting a Peyton Manning type of bag. You know what I mean? Just by calling the games in his own studio.
Dude, that'd be fire. Like, I think Paul George could really be good at that.
Yeah, Paul George is cool. Like, his podcast is cool. But it's got to be someone, like, funny. Like,
what about Blake?
Man, nah, but the person already has to be doing it. They got to... The thing is, this is what these streaming companies might do.
But Blake is in comedy already.
But does he have an audience to bring over? Like, he has to have a show to bring over to streaming.
Oh, okay, I got what you mean. Because I think he could bring eyes. But he needs to be like the second guy. Like I think, like Ernie Johnson already had a show, right? All he did was bring in Charles Barkley, and the show became perfect.
True, but that's under cable. The thing is, it's kind of the Pat McAfee formula. You already have a show. We see the numbers. We see it's working. Let's translate that over. You could stream it still on YouTube or whatever, but we're gonna stream it also on Netflix.
What if JJ Redick wasn't the head coach?
Say that again.
What if JJ never took the head coach job?
Nah, he's not. He's boring, bro. Like a lot of people, I love his show, but a lot of people, like the more casuals, they don't like listening to him.
Draymond Green. I mean, maybe Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. They're funny.
Yeah, those streams would be funny, but those guys are wild cards too, man. It's a very tricky.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony would probably work for it. Yeah, he's very good at the whole branding thing. He could be funny, but he knows how to toe the line.
Yeah,
he knows.
Carmelo Anthony could be one. Dwayne Wade. It seems like he's made a podcast. I think maybe you could have him. There's a lot of guys you could.
You know what? You know what'd be funny if Carmelo Anthony did a show with what's his name from the Hawks, that point guard, the one with the show. He won the championship with the Bucks.
Oh, okay. Jeff Teague,
yeah. If they could have Jeff Teague, like, if they could censor him.
Jeff Teague is charismatic.
Yeah, him and Melo together doing a show would be hilarious. They just let Jeff Teague be him, but like don't OD with the cursing. That would be hilarious.
You can get away with cursing on a streaming platform, though.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of it that way. You're right.
Bro, it's not Carmelo Anthony off. Why not just have like Jeff Teague and his co-host, because they seem to have really good chemistry together. But why would you mess with that chemistry?
True.
Like, why not just bring in that whole part? Like, you don't even need Carmelo Anthony. Just bring in that whole podcast of Jeff Teague and like two of his like friends, and just have the time of your life. Like listen to them break down the league or have fun.
Yeah, I mean, hell, that would be a good idea, man. Because I don't think the inside the NBA, that type of
That formula
corporate,
doesn't work.
I don't think it's gonna work. It's gonna translate in streaming. Because you know what it is about streaming? All you got to do is click one button, and then in the very next screen, you're gonna see like 30 different movies and documentaries.
Oh, 100%. Dog, Skip Bayless, the guy who was king. Like, we grew up watching Skip Bayless, bro. We all did. Skip Skip Bayless was like the funniest dude. I remember like being in school, trying to like during math class, not paying attention, watching him. He's not getting another contract, so it just shows that like yo, we're living in a changed era.
We are, but Skip, knowing him, I wouldn't be shocked if he's lined up something afterwards. I
He's
wouldn't
too
be
big of a
shocked.
name not to get something lined up.
Yeah, man, and he's too. He's proven. I'm not gonna lie, even though he's old, because it's the thing that most people do. They kind of prejudge older people, but Skip kind of has been ahead of the curve. He got Stephen A. Smith after ESPN fired him. Like he made
Shannon
them
Sharp.
take him. He took a chance on Shannon Sharp. No one else was ever thought about putting Shannon Sharp in that position, but he did.
He has good actor talents.
Yeah, he's been. I'm giving it up to Skip. I believe Skip can make something work. I think, you know what I think about Skip? His last few days at Fox Sports, he might have, took the foot off
Burned
the gas.
bridges.
No, he might have took the foot
Yeah.
off the gas on purpose. Because he seems
I think
more
it was just-
mellow, more chill.
Yeah, I think it was much more because I think ESPN was able to open up more.
No, I'm talking about right now, like on his way out of Fox Sports.
Oh,
He hasn't been the same. You know how Skip yells and slams on the table?
passionate.
Yeah, he doesn't do any of that. He's more like, no, he's monotone. There's
He's
no
bored.
there's no energy. There's no like emotion in his language. So I'm like,
Yeah.
he took his foot off the gas, and then watch, he gonna come back and do some other shit. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
shock me.
everyone's talking about how Skip's washed now.
Nah,
if
he's
he
not
comes in with
washed.
the
He's
swagger-
not washed. He's
Bro,
not. Yo,
even-
you know why? Because he's older.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
older. But that guy's in shape, and I'm telling you, man, like he
Dude, I think it's
he
more to
left
do with not
ESPN
having fun.
and found another hit show, man. He could do it again.
I think it's more with not having fun.
You know what it is about Skip? He has enough power to go out and get a deal under his own terms.
He's gonna be the producer of the show. What I'm saying is, I feel like with personalities on TV, right? Like Barkley, you can tell he's having fun. With what you're describing is someone's not having fun.
No, Skip. Yeah, Skip is a little bit more serious, but Skip has he's almost like a Howard Stern, man, in a way.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
almost
saying.
it's
But
almost
Howard-
like you can't deny he might be a little older, but you can't deny his formula. That should be working. Yeah, but these are interesting times, man. A lot of shifts are going on.
yeah.
A lot of shifts. We see, like I said, the draft. Beautiful time. Like we see a lot of internationals coming through. The Olympics, the U.S. players, they look kind of pressed. They're like, oh shit, we gotta win these games. These internationals are catching up. And then we see the NBA beefing with TNT, about to launch themselves into streaming. This shit is crazy.
The
This shit sound like a
offseason is fun.
movie.